All in all, here's my biggest question about all of this. Do you really think it is as simple as the media wants you to believe it is? Or, and this is just a big or, do you think there's some more stuff to it? Because to me, I think there's some fishy stuff going on behind the scenes. Another night, another late night conspiracy theory video with your boy Matt. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite meal, pop open a cold one, do whatever you like to do. Get nice and comfy, because not only is it going to be a good video, but it's going to be really, and I mean really intriguing. I hope each and every single one of you had a great weekend. If not, that's cool. I hope this video can make it a little bit better, and I hope you're as excited to get into this video as I am. The past couple of days or so, or really the past week, we've been talking about the Titanic submarine, all that nice stuff, and we've been talking about some conspiracy theories here and there. It seems like you guys have really been enjoying the videos, and that's awesome because I've been enjoying making them as well. And I am actually surprised we're talking about this situation yet again, because I stated in my last video, I thought that was going to be the last one. But obviously, as you can tell, it is not, and yet here we are again talking about the situation, and I plan on this being the final one, but you never know. Some more information and news on the situation might come out, and I also might want to talk about it, so you never know what's going to happen there. And the higher ups haven't came after me yet, so I think we're good. In tonight's video, though, we're going to go over one of the strangest conspiracy theories up until this date. Not only has it perplexed me, but it's also got me thinking this might be the best one yet. And as always, I'm extremely curious. I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on this down below, because I love hearing your opinions and thoughts. And oh yeah, by the way, we're not doing no intro, none of that. I don't got time to waste, you don't got time to waste, we're jumping straight into things. I will also not be giving you a backstory, because you already should know what has happened up until this point. Without further ado, let's just get straight into things. The one question, or not a question, before we even get to the question, let me tell y'all this. The one thing I've harped and said time after time after time in all the videos is, hey guys, they're doing this to distract us from real world problems. I'm going to say this yet again. My main conspiracy theory, to make a long story short, is the higher ups are doing this to distract us. And to prove that point even more, I almost forgot to bring this up in this video. Guess what's happening? Netflix is bringing back Titanic on July 1st. You can't make this crap up. And we already talked about the Titanic conspiracy theory. It was a hit job. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't seen some of the previous videos, the richest man in the world, or America, my bad, John Jacob Astor, he owned 40% of the mortgages in the United States. He was in competition with the Rothschilds, who are also one of the richest families out there, and it was reported that the Rothschilds, they got onto the boat, but right before it left, they got off, and guess who stayed on? John Jacob Astor. I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's so funny. Nowadays, when you want a mortgage or loan, where do you go? The bank. But back then, you went to John Jacob Astor. He was the bank. It was a hit job. It's plain and simple, guys. He was going to create his own banking system. Guess what? The Rothschilds family, they get off the ship, and the next year, 1913, the Federal Reserve is created. Can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. But getting back on track here with the submarine situation, I've been trying to tell you guys, hey, they're trying to distract us. And the one question I've seen over and over and over and over is people saying, okay, Matt, I understand that, I hear you, but distract us from what? And that's a great question. It's an outstanding question, and that's my fault, because I should have told you guys what I meant by that. If you want me to be honest, I assume people understood what I meant when I said quote-unquote real-world problems. And I know we're getting straight into things, but I really don't know how to ease into this situation. And as always, I'm going to try to dumb this down in the simplest way as possible in the shortest time as possible. When something bad is happening involving the United States, the government, or whoever, they also create a diversion where something else worse can happen at the same time, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example to put this into a better perspective. It's no different than last year when gas prices out of nowhere were skyrocketing, and that's all everybody was talking about. It's not coincidental, guys. The higher-ups do this stuff on purpose so us, the peons, the peasants, can clamor about something all day long for weeks and months. Think about it. When gas prices went up, I couldn't go anywhere without somebody saying, man, I can't believe gas prices are so high and blah, 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 blah. That's all they talk about. But me personally, I've always seen through the BS, because I never understood bickering about gas prices, because what are you going to do? Not buy gas? Like, you got to buy it. It doesn't matter how high it is. None of that crap matters. But to most people out here, it gets them talking. But getting back on track here, my point is with that example is the higher ups, they create something like that, a huge controversy that everybody's going to talk about so they can hide something else. And that is no different than the situation right here with this Titanic submarine. Currently, as to when I'm speaking and making this video, one of the worst situations, ironically and coincidentally enough, is going on at the same exact time as the Titanic submarine controversy. What am I talking about? The Hunter Biden situation. And like I stated before, I assume people already knew this crap was going on, but I guess not. I don't want to dive into this topic too much because honestly, I don't care. But to make a long story short, Hunter Biden, the president of the United States, has committed tax fraud multiple times. And it's not just a couple dollars here and there. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars. It's currently one of the craziest stories going on, but yet most people don't even know about it. And not only is it a crazy story, but it's a terrible situation. The son of the president committing tax fraud? What? You see what I'm saying? That's a terrible look, but guess what? We're hiding it. We're brushing it alongside, or not alongside, but under the rug. And how do you brush it under the rug? You create a distraction. You create something else that will gather the attention from the peons, which is me and you, to talk about. And I'm not into politics whatsoever. I always got to clarify that because people want me to talk about them. Sorry, just don't care. I've said it before, I've said it again. I don't vote. I don't care about who's the president because I still got to go up and work every single morning. I just don't care about politics. I don't get into that. But here's something I will show you that the media has not shown y'all. Yesterday, President Trump got up in front of everybody and read off word for word Hunter Biden's WhatsApp messages. In other terms, Donald Trump exposed Hunter Biden. And there's a lot more to that story that's fishy, but I'm not going to get into that because that's all you need to know. The point is, and I want you to understand this, there's some shady stuff going on with the Biden family. Why is this a big deal? Because Joe Biden is the current president of the United States. Or at least that's his label. I don't take that dude serious, but whatever. But also, check this out. Did y'all know that aliens were spotted? What was it, a week or 2 weeks ago? Hold on, let me check. Let me get some clarification. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas. There were aliens spotted in somebody's backyard in Las Vegas, and they got video footage of it. And let me make this clear before we go any farther. Matt be great, Matt, whatever you want to call me 5 years ago, I would never have this conversation. I'm the last person to believe in a conspiracy theory. But like I told you guys time after time after time, as I've gotten older, as I've slightly matured a little bit, I'm just becoming open-minded and aware of all the shady crap that goes on in the United States and the world. I'm not saying any of my conspiracy theories are true and I'll die on the hill because more than likely they're not, but here's what I am saying. I think there's a chance of them being true. Whereas me 5 years ago, no, I couldn't even have this conversation. I'm the first person to always try to debunk this, but they got video footage of a UFO falling in these people's backyard. And then on top of that, they call the cops and say, yeah, we see some kind of creatures. They look like they're 9 or 10 foot tall. How in the world did this not get more media coverage? I don't understand it. And guys, I know it's hard to believe that aliens were in these people's backyard, but the police even confirmed it. The police got it on camera. The neighbors were like, yo, I saw it too. Everybody confirmed it. It's almost to the point now, I don't even know how you would debunk this because there's so much proof and evidence. Now look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have a hard time believing, and I actually don't believe it, that these people saw 9 to 10 foot aliens in their backyard because it's one of those things where I got to see it for myself. To give you some more context on the situation, there's video footage everywhere of them catching the UFO, or the so-called quote-unquote UFO, landing in the yard, but none of the creatures. And I'm not calling them liars, but yet again, it's just one of those things like, hey man, I gotta see it for myself. That's hard to believe. But, and I have a big but, here's what I will say. You can't deny this. You can't deny it. There's some weird crap going on in the United States. And this is public knowledge, by the way. This isn't some top secret knowledge that the CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service, the higher ups, they have video footage and they have just so many files and files and files of UFOs, unidentified flying objects, that will never be released. I got to give them credit. The higher ups out here, they cover up crap like this just like that. It's so fast. They cover it up, act like nothing happened, and they move on. With all that being said, and trust me, I know it was a lot, and it's a lot to take in, here is my new conspiracy theory on the Titanic submarine situation. The Titan, the Titanic submarine, the submersible, whatever you want to call it, This is a diversion to distract us from those aliens and also Hunter Biden. That is one of my new theories on this situation that I've been thinking about the past couple of days. Is that true? Probably not, but here's what I do believe is a little fishy. Kind of odd that all these three crazy things have all happened within the past couple of weeks. Aliens being spotted in Las Vegas, Hunter Biden situation, and the submersible all happened when you can't make this up, it all happened in 2 weeks. And I do need to throw this in there because we got new people coming to the channel every day, and I don't think they understand and get our community. I'm not one of these woke people. Us talking about these conspiracy theories, it's nothing back than kicking back, relaxing, and just talking about some cool stuff that potentially could be going on. Realistically, none of this is true, and it's not even a logical answer or explanation. That's why we call it a conspiracy theory. I just think it's fascinating to look at things from a different perspective, and I've always been intrigued by conspiracy theories myself. Also, though, I do want to throw this in there. There's still a part of me that wants to believe, and I highly want to believe this, that Stockton Rush here is probably in Cancun watching all this and laughing at it. Do what you want with that information, but that's one thing I've said from the jump. Actually, that was the first conspiracy theory video we came out with a few days ago. I do want to believe these 5 billionaires are somewhere on an island laughing about all this because now, not only are they billionaires, but they don't have to pay taxes. And the funniest part about all this is we'll never find them because now they're living some new life under some new name. And if you think people wouldn't do that just to avoid taxes, look no farther than the Hunter Biden situation. Avoiding taxes is something a lot of people try to do. Taxes are a big deal, and if you pay taxes, you know that. A lot of people do some messed up things to avoid paying taxes. For example, think about this. Let's say one of those billionaires makes $30 million next year. Well, he's got to pay $15 million in taxes, so he only made $15 million. And I get it. Everybody's going to be like, well, Matt, he's still making $15 million. But the point is, you're also paying $15 more, and you're just burning it. You'll never get to use it. It's just something to think about. And also, in the previous video, I saw a ton of people saying, yo, Matt, or hey, Matt, I worked in the Navy, worked for somebody, yada, yada, yada. And they actually can hear people knocking and a lot of noises like that. So I do want to apologize. I guess I'm wrong on that because I've stated there's no way I believe for a second you could hear somebody knocking in a submarine 3,800 meters below the surface. All in all, here's my biggest question about all of this. Do you really think it is as simple as the media wants you to believe it is? Or, and this is just a big or, do you think there's some more stuff to it? Because to me, I think there's some fishy stuff going on behind the scenes. I am very curious though. Well, let me know your thoughts down below, but roll with it.